is Nolwazi and you are watching Lavish Live, and I am your host from Fam Magazine. Today we're going to be speaking to one of the awesome people in the performance arts. His name I will not mention just yet, but then his work has spoken for itself. He is such a multi-talent, and today we're going to be talking to him just to find out a little more about what he does. Inspired you into the performance arts? What was the drive?
Performance art was the only thing that I did well growing up. I did good in maths, good in science, but performance art was home. So 2015 I was like, no man, this is the only thing that I can go do. This is the only thing that I love. Being on stage, writing, I feel alive when I do this thing. So I'm like, no man, let me see how I can pursue this. That's when I went online, researched about how to become an actor. I actually wanted to become an actor only. Actually, an actor and a writer. Then I'm like online, and I realized, this is way broad. I can do a lot of things in this performance art. And I'm like, apply for TNT, and boom, there I am.
Different from what you have done, auditioning, even auditioning for other roles besides in university.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, you know. You get into university space, everything is different. You come across the people who have been in the industry for a very long time. Understand? You're in the same class where now you just Ronald coming from the rural areas. You wanna do this, passionate about. I wanna act. Then you meet those people. Then people are acting. You get my point. Then you're like, I said I want to do this thing. Let me do this. So it was not as difficult as it seemed, but it was difficult. Like every journey has its own difficulties, one thought. So it was a difficult, nice journey with amazing lecturers, of course, holding you throughout. But I can do this. This is what you can do. This is what you can do. Shaping you to become a better person, a better performer, a better creator.
We've had rumors. So what is this journey, and what have you transitioned from all the way from university to what you are right now?
Yeah, man, the journey. I think I must write a book actually. Just call it The Journey. What do you think?
Sounds exciting.
So Joe, in university I studied drama. So drama we focus on theater. We do theater for the 4 years. It was a theater. Writing theater, acting theater, everything theater, producing theater, writing theater. So in third year there's a small module film acting. So in that film acting I fell in love with film. I'm like, damn, this is what I like the most. I love this more than theater. So yeah, after the university last year 2020, yeah, I decided I got a project. I was hired in this project, big film production. Then in working there, I'm like, damn, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to make movies. I want to make films. I want to hold camera. I want to direct camera. You get my point. So my transition was just from theater to film, and it has been a harmonious journey actually. A very interesting one, a very productive one, fruitful one. I met great people, and I'm still meeting great people. It's a nice one, man. Unlike theater is rough. This one is smooth. It's nice.
So what are some of the works that you've done recently? And considering the fact that we have been facing this whole pandemic, what have you been going through and all those other new things that you've come up with in this new journey?
Oh, yeah, man. You know, Luvish, Corona killed us. I had the whole calendar planned out for the whole year. You get my point. For January I'm doing this, March I'm doing this. So March I shot a big film. It was big. It was a huge film. I shot a huge film where I was an assistant crew assistant. Yeah, the film was directed by one of the people that I look up to so much, Paul Grotbaum. So yeah, we shot the film. It went well. Then after that I shot my own web series which I wrote, I produced, and I stayed in Montana. So yeah, that's one thing that I did. The big thing that I did personally independently, and currently I'm working on creating more content, and creating content for musicians, creating content for YouTubers, creating content for a lot of stuff, man. I'm just creating content every day. I'm creating content.
So when it comes to writing, what are the things that inspires you, motivate you? I know that some of the works that you've written have been politically based. So what influences you into writing such works?
It's experience, though. I write from my experience. Honestly, I write from my experience. When I face something, I put it down, and then after putting it down, I do research of how many people are facing the very same situation on Talohanya, and try obviously to make it artistically. Not beautiful, but artistically. So it's experience. I write from experience. I write what I experienced. If someone break my heart, then go put it on a pen and a paper. You understand? So politics also is what I experienced politically from rural areas where we don't know anything about politics, coming to Pretoria where I'm exposed to politics. Everything is politics. Where I started reading about history of politics, reading about Steve Biko, I started reading a lot, and then from all those things I take that experience and put it down in the paper and put it there in the stage.
Now that you mentioned something about being influenced by relationships. So
that was an example, by the way. That was just an
well, perhaps the people want to know, are you single or is there someone in your life? And if you do have this someone in your life, how do they support you with this work that you do?
I don't know, man. I was in a relationship. Yeah, then I messed up. I was in a relationship and she was very supportive. She was very, very, very supportive. She was also doing the art. She's an ex-girlfriend. So yeah, she was very supportive, man. Every piece that I do, she was there with me. She was actually the one person when I have an idea, I brief the idea to her. I'm like, Doc, I have this idea. Then she's like, no, that's interesting. How about you do it this way? Because she was also a dancer. She will help me in other things, man. She's also a singer. She'll be like, man, you listen to this song and hear how to go with what you're trying to do. So she was very, very, very supportive. Very supportive. She's also good with English. So after writing, I give it to her. She helps me edit it. So most of the ideas that I had, even at 3 o'clock when we're sleeping, I'm just like, look, Doc, I have this idea. I think I need to do this. Then she's like, Doc, I'm sleeping. But she ended up replying to them. So I had someone. I don't have someone.
And speaking of sleeping, how often do you stay up late at night? How much do you work? And
I don't have a time frame for my working process. Whenever I have an idea, I wake up and write it down. I have like my phone with me. Whenever I walk in the street and I see something, I'm like, oh, let me capture that, or I write it down. So I don't actually have a time frame, but I would like to have a time frame. So you get my point. So I applied for funding recently on top, and I couldn't get the funding because of experience. You study drama, you are an actor, you study theater. Now this is film. What do you know about film? I can guarantee you, Nolwazi, no, Yana, give me 100,000 and I'll show you that I'm going to show you the film. Understand? But because of familiarity, we need experience, we need this knowledge. So this year I'm working towards getting this knowledge, acquiring this experience. Meeting relevant people, creating connection, and as soon as I'm done building that cycle, that empire, that knowledge, I'm telling you, Nolwazi, expect fire.
well, this has been a very fruitful interview with Ronald. I'm sure you have gotten some intel and I've gotten some just intel. And as you had, he's single, guys. So
not looking. Not looking.
Oh well, unfortunate.
No, girls need money, dog. I don't have money right now. Girls need money. Yo, girls need money. I still have films to invest in. So if I take my money and give it to someone's daughter, I'm not gonna invest in my film.
So well, you have it. Okay, thank you very much for being a part of this. And before we wrap it up, what is it that you can say to our viewers out there?
Of it, work hard. never allow people to tell you you can't do something. You can. If you want to do something, you can. Just work hard and always remember it's 70% hard work and 25% talent. So work hard and pray and everything. I guarantee you everything's gonna come out. Badimo le Modimo ha ba robala.
Speaking of that, how can the people reach you?
You can find me on Facebook, Ronald Munapule Kasibidile. On Instagram, you can thola ka Munapule_K.
I can share some info, some contact details with you guys. Thank you for watching and thank you very much for taking your time to be with us today. We really appreciate it. And do not forget to hit the subscribe button.